Hey, have some safe stuff, have some at-risk stuff, and don't muddy the waters with a bunch of stuff in the middle, because mostly what you're doing there is just, layering in a lot of fat in the portfolio. Let's have some high performance and let's have some safe stuff to make sure your retirement is secure. Hey folks, Colin Richards here, once again bringing you another episode of the Lord and Richards Show. And this is part 2 in a 3-part series on the concept, the financial concept of the barbell. And when I'm talking about barbells, I'm not talking about being physically fit, I'm talking about being fiscally fit, right? We talk a lot about that at Lord and Richards and how important it is to be fiscally fit as well as physically fit going into your retirement years. But the barbell is a fiscal concept. It's an illustration, a construct designed to help you visualize how to properly construct at the highest level a portfolio that you can count on for the rest of your retirement days. In our last segment, we talked about the importance of buying the haystack, not searching for the needle. Don't be a stock picker going into retirement. Be somebody who owns a portfolio of valuable investments. But even that may not be enough. There's a great saying that has been said, I think it's Warren Buffett, who says, only when the tide goes out do you find out who's swimming naked. Also, someone said, a rising tide raises all ships and a falling tide lowers all ships. Entire indices, even if we own great indices in the market, can still go down. And that's why we're going to emphasize in this segment how to build a barbell that protects you during times of market decline. And so visualizing the barbell, you've already taken, first of all, the reserves that you need for short-term purposes, checking account, savings account, money market, and you've set that aside to get a decent return on investment. It was not that long ago that you couldn't get any return on investment in a savings account, but now today you can open one online and get better than 4%, in some cases better than 5% in a money market. No need to even tie up your money in a certificate of deposit, or what we call at Lord and Richards, a certificate of disappointment, all right? So you set that aside. Now, the other dollars, instead of lumping them all together in one ball, I want you to divide them. Here's why. Sometimes people will come to me and they lump all their money, their investable assets, in one ball, in one place, in one way, one strategy, one philosophy. And then they try to rely on the entire ball in order to live on. So here it is. Here's my retirement nest egg, to use another illustration. And I've got, let's say you're blessed, you have $1 million. And now I'm going to try to live on that. Well, what most people are going to do is say you need to live on $40,000 or less of that a year. Doesn't sound like a millionaire, does it? But that's called the rule of 4%. It worked for a while until it didn't. In 2008, 2009, those numbers have been readjusted, and now most financial planners are telling you, well, if you've got a portfolio of stocks and bonds, probably better drop that down to 3% or less if you want to have a high likelihood of not running out of money. Whoa, wait a minute, time out. Living on $30,000 a year when you've worked hard and saved up $1 million over your lifetime? That seems ludicrous. But that's the truth statistically because of the risks in portfolio. So here's what we're going to do. We're not going to put it all in one big ball. We're going to split it into at least 2 high-level parts of your portfolio. The barbell with the plate on the right and the plate on the left. On the right side, here's what we need to do. We need to take a portion of your money. Often this can be done with as little as half or less of your money. So going back to our $1 million illustration, is it possible to take half of that money, $500,000, and generate the same $40,000? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Now, it wasn't long ago where that would have been a challenge, even with guaranteed income products. But here's the new reality. Today, you can put your money in a safe, principal-protected tool called a fixed annuity. Some people don't like annuities because they've been preconditioned by people who sell mutual funds to take them and set them aside. But good financial planners will always look at this for their clients who are seeking security and predictability of income, because it is literally the only tool that will do this. You say, well, I don't like an annuity. Well, if you've got a pension, you love an annuity. If you're going to live on Social Security, you love annuities because that's what those are. They're just guaranteed income streams. A lot of people say, oh, they're expensive, Colin. Not really. Not on the fixed side. You can pay very little in fees, if any. But what you do is first step one, you get that money safe and sound, and you create a safe side for your barbell. On the other side is your risk side. Okay, so whether it's a fixed annuity, whether it's in the bank, wherever it is that you're comfortable getting safety, that's step one on this side. On the other side, feel free to have investments that have normal risk. At Lord & Richards, we add in risk management. We call it institutional risk management, doing the things that large institutions, endowments, and foundations are doing to try to mitigate risk on the at-risk portion of your portfolio. So one side, at risk, the other side, no risk, safe. So that's your barbell concept. That's kind of where Morgan Housel stops in his book, The Psychology of Money, where I first read about this concept. Hey, have some safe stuff, have some at-risk stuff, and don't muddy the waters with a bunch of stuff in the middle, because mostly what you're doing there is just, layering in a lot of fat in the portfolio. Let's have some high performance and let's have some safe stuff to make sure your retirement is secure. So that's the foundation of the barbell. On the high performance side, we can mitigate risk. It doesn't mean we have to have unlimited risk, but at Lord & Richards, we use advanced concepts like hedging that are usually reserved for the ultra wealthy that we can actually do for you as a mere mortal, as we call it. Those of us who are normal and don't have billions of dollars like Harvard's endowment, but we can use similar tools and do that at a normal level. On the safe side of the portfolio, well, we can use principal protected strategies. But here's something very interesting. On the safe side, you don't have to give up the opportunity for growth. Normally, we think of banks or CDs or savings accounts or money markets as our only safe options. And in the past, especially, very little opportunity for growth. However, today you can get some decent interest rates. But are there safe tools that you can put on the right side of your barbell that will allow you to protect your principal and still grow at the same time, taking no risk? Absolutely. Here's the compromise. Think of the barbell as the liquidity. On the risk side, we're wide open on liquidity, but we've got risk. On the safety side, we reduce our liquidity, but we've got safety. In our next segment, we're going to be talking about how to use the barbell to achieve financial independence, and you're not going to want to miss that. And it just starts with a simple conversation with our team, and we'll help you design the barbell concept into your portfolio so you can retire safely, securely, and with peace of mind. It simply starts with a phone call.